All right, so today I was looking at all the champions we've gone through over the past few years. It's been a lot. We've had all the belts exchanging a lot, it seems, recently, but I wanted to look at the champions with the worst attitudes and just who have acted the worst as soon as they get the belt. Whether it's due to ignorance or ego. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of fighters basically say fuck the fans once they get the belt. They're like, I don't gotta listen to anybody anymore. I'm the guy. And yeah, obviously, they are the guy. They have the fucking belt. But I just think that a lot of people say and act very stupid, like wanting to move up after one title defense, or like saying you're not gonna fight this guy, and then the fight gets confirmed next week. It's like, you don't really have that much power as the champion. Yeah, man, these guys' egos just inflate once they get the belt, as they should a little bit. But yeah, the ones who know how to control it, they chase greatness, and these guys chase money. Starting off with the first fighter, we got to talk about Leon Rocky Edwards and his terrible attitude and statements and decisions as champion. I do get it if you liked Leon towards the beginning of his run. It was pretty good. Yeah, that KO over Usman, everyone liked him after that, and then he impressively came back and beat Usman by decision, which I definitely did not think he was going to do. Looking back, probably should have saw that, though, because Usman's just not in his prime anymore, man. Just a different fighter completely. But yeah, he acted pretty reasonable, I'd say, towards the beginning of his run. It seemed like before he defended it once, he was still pretty humble, because he realized he kind of fluked that win off Usman, KO him with the head kick. But yeah, man, after the Usman trilogy, it just seems like shit got weird, and he just started acting different, and it was just embarrassing. The first instance I want to look at is Leon saying that Bilal hasn't earned a title shot yet after his 10-fight win streak. Like, fuck you! Fuck you! Like, literally, fuck you, Leon. You're an idiot. You're the biggest hypocrite in the sport. Like, you are literally the guy who was denied a title shot for years. You had to get a 9-win streak to get one, which 9 and 10 win streaks in the UFC, like, that is not normal. You know, people get title shots off of fucking nothing these days. So the fact that these two got denied as long as they did was a bit dumb, but for Leon to act like that and say, "Oh, he has to go get another win. Go work harder. I got denied, so he should go get denied too." What? If anything, you being denied should have you to relate to Bilal and feel for him and realize that he's being done dirty. But no, you wanted to duck because you were scared of the Bilal. Yeah, man, it's just so cringe of him to do that, to duck Bilal like that. Like, come on, man. And then you got fucking Joe Rogan. Like, you got him on Joe Rogan saying to Joe how, yeah, man, we don't need to fight again, bro. If I already beat him, I would have knocked him out, bro. Like, you had unfinished business. It was not an opinion. We got to see one round, and it was pretty even. Yeah, just because you land one head kick and get one good flurry going does not mean you win the whole fight by default. Shut the fuck up. And yeah, as we fucking saw in the rematch, you lost. You lost badly. I've never been more happy to see a champ get crowned than Bilal, guys. He's just so wholesome. And yeah, if Leon had anything to do with him fighting Colby, then fuck him for that too. Now, I know he didn't. That was Dana, but because I think Leon actually was the one saying he's not fighting Colby, and then he got bitched around and fought him anyway, because that's how the UFC works. You are not in charge because you're a champion, okay? You don't own that belt. You get to own it, or you get to hold it for a little bit. That's it. And then you got him wanting to go up after beating Colby and fight Bilal because the division has no contenders for him. He said this. I'm not going to play the clip because, like, just take my word for it, all right? He did say this in an interview. Like, bro, dude, people don't chase greatness anymore. They just want it handed to them. They just want a free title shot at a higher weight class so they can come down after losing and still be champs. That's all they do that for. Yeah, man, I just think it's a huge fuck you to the fans when champs act like this. And you also got Leon, who's just so inactive. Like, he'll have a boring 5-round decision, and he's like, I need 7 months, bro. I'm hurt. Like, what? Moving on to another fighter who's not even in the UFC anymore because of his stupid annex. We got Francis Ngannou, as Rampage Jackson would say. But, like, dude, you fucked up your legacy so bad. And I don't even like hating on Francis because he's been through a lot and he's pretty wholesome. Like, he actually is a really nice and chill guy. I don't even think I've ever really seen him mad. But, like, dude, they just chase. I get it. Get the bag or whatever. I don't care. You're not a real fighter. Like, obviously he's a real fighter, but you are not in the same, like, tier as these Dustin Poiriers, these Dan Hookers, these Justin Gaethjes, these Islam Makhachevs. All right, that was all lightweight, but that's not why I'm saying their names. These are fighters who want to build a legacy. They want to die in there. They're willing to. But yeah, Ngannou's is a special case because he didn't even give a fuck about greatness at all or legacy. This bro just said, oh, they're not going to let me go box and make more money? Okay, I quit. Like, really? Like, bro, you basically just say, fuck every UFC fan. I don't care about them who want to see me fight still. Like, no one's going to watch you in the PFL. All right, I might watch it, but, like, we don't want to watch that, bro. We want to watch you in the UFC fight Jon Jones or some shit. He just ruined it. Like, he ruined, like, he's pretty old, but he ruined any potential he had at being a lightweight or heavyweight GOAT of anything. And I do not care. If you are injured and know you're going to be out, like, 8 months to a year, give the belt back. You're destroying divisions. You're holding up divisions and ruining contenders' careers because they're fucking waiting an extra year to fight you, and they're forced to take a fight in that time and they lose or some shit. Like, stop holding up divisions. That just happened with Sandhagen. And yeah, I mean, I'm not one of those guys who say he fumbled the bag because he clearly didn't. He's rich as fuck now, even though he was before. Whatever. It's never enough for these motherfuckers, I guess. But yeah, he chose his freedom. Oh, he's free. I don't care. Like, he basically said, fuck the fans, left the UFC, tarnished his legacy forever, burned the bridge with Dana so he'll never be back in the UFC. All for, like, a couple extra more million. Like, you can't tell me this is a fighter who cares about the fans or his legacy. He doesn't. And then he went and got knocked out in boxing, like, just to get embarrassed even more. Come on, man. And that was a bad KO. Now he's about to rush into that PFL fight and get knocked out again. Watch. Moving on to another fighter. This one's a bit special because he's actually a good champ now, and he doesn't act dumb anymore and say stupid shit like that. He does a little, but it was really bad, and it had me really scared for his future title run. We got Sean O'Malley. And not anymore, okay? Now I do believe he cares for the fans and has very good values. And is in a very good mind state with his self and his career. I don't know. But when he first got the belt, this motherfucker instantly was talking about trying to follow in Conor's footsteps and go up and box like Ryan Garcia and go just box for super fights. Like, it made me so angry when he was saying that shit. I genuinely was a huge fan of him and instantly hated him for that. But I like him now because he realized that, like, that is the worst fucking idea you could ever have. Like, it literally is the thing that killed Conor's career. And then you also got him saying, like, calling out Ilia after one title defense. And I get it. It's a good fight to make, and we may never get the chance to make it if we don't make it now. But no, you just don't deserve it yet. You can't do that. You can't move up after one defense. It just can't happen. Because then, if it does happen, it's going to happen again. And it's just going to lower the standard. So yeah, Sean was a bit iffy at first, but he locked in. Had me really scared for his career moving forward. But yeah, thank God he listened to the fans and said, fuck boxing. I'm just going to focus on getting a couple title defenses. And that's what every champ should do. Like Dreykus is chatting his way through the division right now. Beating 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, and he still doesn't even want to move up. He still wants to fight more. That's a fucking champion. Now we got to talk about Ilia Topuria. And I'm going to be real, I don't even think he's that bad of a champion. He's pretty active, and he's shown his dominance so far. But fuck me, man. His yap fest after he won the belt, like literally the day after, were so unbearable to listen to. I couldn't. Like, it made me instantly hate this guy. I think forever, because, yeah, I hate Ilia. I'm sorry. I'll never like him, guys. Saying how there's no contenders for him to fight. None deserve it. Like, he's not fighting any of them. Like, shut up, kid. You'll do what you're fucking told. And I get it. He's just... Part of that's him playing a character and trying to be the next Conor and just shit-talking everybody like Conor did. But you don't gotta be unlikable. Like, you don't have to do that and be unlikable. You can come off likable and still do that, like Conor did. But this just made... It was a bad look. Yeah, and that's why you're fighting Max and shit your pants after his 300 performance, little bro. Lastly, we got to talk about heavyweight champ Jon Jones. Okay, obviously, he's a terrible champion. Now, I am clearly talking about heavyweight Jon Jones. Obviously, he was a great champion at 205 over the years. Like, I'm not one of those Jon haters who says he's not the GOAT. I mean, he's not, but GSP is. Yeah, I mean, if you do steroids, you're just not the GOAT. I'm sorry. But if you ignore steroids, he's clearly the GOAT. I get it, okay? I'm not denying that. But this dude is such a bad heavyweight champ, it hurts. But yeah, this dude has completely destroyed and utterly made the heavyweight division at a standstill, basically. He's destroyed it. He's kept it stagnant for over a year now because he wants to fight a legacy fight in fighting Stipe Miocic, who a lot consider to be the best heavyweight of all time. Now, I get it. A champion gets injured, okay? A champ gets injured, and then what happens? He sits out while two people fight for the interim. That happened, and Jon is still not fighting him. Like, what the fuck? What is the point of anything? What is the point of an interim? What is the point of the belt? If Jon Jones retires after beating Stipe, because he probably will, and not fighting the fucking champion, the interim champion. Nah, Jon's the real champ. Or Tom is the real champ. Jon's a fake, okay? If he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall, then his career at heavyweight will be basically seen as a joke and like it never happened by people with brains, because, you know, the Jon's fans will glaze him no matter what. Like, it's insane. Like, you'll comment, oh, you're defending a wife beater, and they'll literally comment, bro, he's the GOAT, he beat her too. Like, fuck you. And again, I think personally, if you know you're going to be out as long as Jon, you should just give the belt back. And if you're so good, come back and get it back again. Don't get injured, dumbass. Stop doing PEDs and making your pec tear. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. I don't have anybody else I want to talk about. Those are some of the champions who I thought just have terrible attitudes and terrible mindsets and don't give a fuck about the fans. And you can say that they don't need to give a fuck about the fans and they don't owe us shit, but I mean, it's not like they'd be anything if we weren't watching them. So maybe it's a bit fair of me to ask for the champion to fight the interim champion. I'm sorry, it's just a crazy request, I know. Instead of begging for an easy legacy fight to retire on. Yeah, that's your GOAT? Yeah, it could never be me. See you guys in the next one.